Hello and welcome to this week's newsletter. And yes, I'm back and thankfully COVID free. My little boy did get very poorly last week and I just took a few days off as a precaution because I was pretty sure, having not had COVID, or so I thought, that I was going to get it. So I didn't want to risk getting it and passing it on to you. As it happened, me and my wife both stayed negative, which is a little bit strange. I'm not sure how that works out. Maybe I have had it in the past and therefore my immune system is quite high. I don't know. Anyway, I'm back to work, thankfully. It was a long 6 days, stuck in isolation there, and my little boy is back to full health as well. So that's all good news, but he was proper poorly, bless his little heart. Anyway, what's been happening at Galston Golf Club? Well, it's been very cold and windy, I know that. Ollie's kept me posted on that, and we have had another trolley ban, which is unfortunate, but it's one of those that it is when it does get wet out there, it does get very muddy, especially in those walkways between the holes from greens to tees. That's the main reason. So very frustrating, but it is nice to carry the bag, as we've mentioned in previous videos. Okay, what I did see at the weekend, it did give me a chance to watch a lot of golf. Had not much else to do apart from watch Blackburn Rovers lose to Fulham, unfortunately. But yeah, I watched the golf. I watched the not the Honda Classic. That was the week before. I watched a lot of the Arnold Palmer at Bay Hill, where the golf course got very cooked out. Rory Mcelroy had a great first round, shot 65. Everybody, like they always do, thought he's going to run away with the tournament. Well, he didn't. He was leading after the first round. At 7 under par, and he didn't play particularly very well on the Friday. And on the Saturday and Sunday, the wind got up, and we all know Rory's not great in the wind because he hits it so high. Plus the fact the golf course got a bit baked out as well, so the conditions didn't really suit Rory. He likes the golf course to play wet and long, so his driver comes to the forefront of his game. But yeah, it was the opposite. The wind got up, Rory hits it so high, he's not very good at hitting it low, so he didn't do very well on the weekend. He shot 76, but that was just down to the golf course. Victor Hovland was up there, he looked like he was going to win. He was leading after 2 rounds and 3 rounds, but then just those hard, tough conditions, he fell away. And in the end, Scotty Sheffler, young American who won the Waste Management at Phoenix a few weeks ago, he won his second PGA Tour event, held his nerve fantastically going in the last 9 holes, hold a few crucial putts, a few key up and downs, a couple of up and downs from sort of like 160 yards to save par and 80 yards to save par, and a couple of great putts. He won through to beat Victor Hovland, Tyrrell Hatton, and one other by a shot. It was exciting golf. It was not sure if it was good to watch. They all struggled. 9 under was leading after 36 holes. 5 under won it in the end, so they were all going a little bit backwards. I don't think Bay Hill is supposed to play like that. Firm greens, fast fairways, but lots of rough around. It's basically, you couldn't hold the green, so it was rolling into the rough. In America, they're thick, long rough like that, so you've got to play flop shots out of it. For me, it was all a bit one-dimensional and a bit boring to watch, really, but there was nothing else on, so I watched it. But yeah, Scotty Sheffler won for the second time in 3 weeks to get his second PGA Tour victory, up to world number 5 now, so very impressive. I think Victor Hovland, who came second, is up to world number 3 as well, all chasing after Jon Rahm. This week is the Players' Championship over at Sawgrass, the famous 17th hole. That's always good fun, that one. So I'll be watching that again this week, although I'll be working all week. I'm not working this weekend. Actually, it's my little boy's birthday. I've got another weekend off. Ollie's going to be pleased. Another birthday. His birthday on Saturday, so I won't be in Saturday. So I might catch a little bit of the golf on the Players at Sawgrass. Looking forward to that. In Galston Golf Club news, we had 2 competitions. The ladies' competition got cancelled, unfortunately, because of the trolley ban. But we did have the men's midweek Stapleford played last Thursday, where Matt King won with 37 points. He beat Bill Ball on countback, also with 37 points. In Division 2, Kevin Milne won with 42 points. Well done, Kevin. He beat Simon Hood into second on 40 points. Good score in that, gents. And in Division 3, Brian McKenna. He won with 41 points. Well done, Brian. And he beat Dave Cook into second on 38 points. On Sunday, we had the mixed medal competition Sunday morning, where Ray Pope won with a fine 71. It was very cold and very blustery Sunday morning, so well done, Ray. He won Division 1 with a net 71, beating Nick Bickers into second with a net 73. In Division 2, Kev Shaw won with 71. Well done, Kev. He beat Brad McQueen into second with a net 72. And in Division 3, Jordan Blanche won also with a net 71, beating Mark Morgan and Jax Flaxman into second and third respectively with a net 74. So nobody broke net 71. So the conditions were very, very tough Sunday, weren't they? Yeah, very cold, easterly, very, very cold southerly wind, I think it was. But yeah, well done to all those that took part. Right, for this week's tip of the week, we're going to talk about managing our expectations. Something that has helped me enormously with my game. We all know I've got a history of poor putting, missing short putts. That seems to, in the last couple of years, disappeared a little bit. Not because I've practiced more, because I clearly haven't. Not because I've played more, because I really haven't. Not because I've done anything different, apart from I have read some of the PGA Tour statistics. That has really helped me. So, me being a bit of a perfectionist mind, every time I hit a bad putt, every time I missed a putt, toys out the pram, I'm the worst putter in the world. But then I read some of the PGA Tour statistics, and there is lots out there these days, and the make rates that they have from certain distances. And the one thing that stood out for me is that no matter how fantastic these golfers are, and they are absolutely amazing, they will go out there and shoot 63, 64 on our golf course all day long. On a calm day, could break 60, no problem at all. That's how good they are. Probably a good 8 to 10 shots better than me, and I ain't that bad, to be honest. But they are human, and the stats prove it. So a couple of examples for you, and you've probably heard me say this before. From 10 foot, the best players in the world on their absolute pure greens on the PGA Tour, where there's no bumps or anything, bumps offline or anything like that, they only hold 4 out of 10 from 10 foot. That for me is an incredible stat. Only 4 out of 10 from 10 foot. So when I miss a putt from 10 foot and I moan about my putting and how bad it is, actually it's okay to miss a putt from 10 foot because the best players in the world miss 6 of them out of 10 from 10 foot. Incredible that. I thought, wow, you watch them on TV and they'll hold everything, won't they? That's because you're watching the leaders and they're obviously in good form. They're obviously putting well, and that's why they won the leaders. But there's still another 140 players behind them who are not holding everything. Incredible. From 6 foot, they missed 4 out of 10. So from 6 foot, the height of me, just about, give or take an inch or two, they miss 4 out of 10 putts. I thought they hold everything. Even from 3 foot. 3 foot, the make percentage is 95%. So they miss 1 in every 20 short putts, 3 foot putts. Well, blooming hell, that made me just relax so much that the best putters in the world, they do miss putts. And because of that, I'm a lot more relaxed over the ball now, thinking, okay, we all miss these putts. Everybody misses them. You're not a bad putter because you miss a short putt, and that actually really relaxes me. Same with my long game as well. So, I've got some stats here, some great stats on there, on the PGA Tour these days. I've got some great stats. Proximity to the hole. So from 100 yards, we all think from the fairway, 100 yards, they knock it to 5 foot every time, don't they? Yeah? And if I don't knock it to 10 foot or inside 10 foot from 100 yards, that's it. I'm terrible. I'm the worst wedge player in the world. But the PGA proximity from the hole to the hole, from the fairway, 100 yards is on my chart here. The average proximity to the hole is 18 foot 5. What about that? Unbelievable. And only, where are we? 12% of those shots, 13% of those shots, only 13% are inside 6 foot. So 1 in 10, they get it inside 6 foot. Well, you think they knock 100-yard wedges into the hole almost every time. Well, certainly knock them stone dead, but they don't. It's great, isn't it? All these statistics really help me out. So from 100 yards from the hole, if I don't get it inside 20 foot, I'm really disappointed. But the best players in the world don't do that, so why should I feel like I should do? You have to manage your expectations. 150 yards from the fairway. Again, a nice solid 8 iron for me. Again, if I'm not getting it in with 20 foot, then I'm pretty disappointed. But 150 yards from the fairway, average proximity to the hole is 25 foot. Yeah, so again, that's a big area, 25 foot. That's like 6, 7 yards off, 8 yards off line, isn't it? 8 yards off line with an 8 iron. You think, wow, I don't do that often, but I do. So it's all about managing your expectations. And because of that, it's helped my game massively. And you think, when they're chipping and putting, they're getting the ball dead close to the hole. Well, for example, where are we? I've got to find the right chart now. 50 yards to the hole. Where are we? From the rough, which is where we all tend to be. I can't find the right chart now. Is this the one? From the rough. How close did he hit it? 50 yards. 50 yards from the hole. From the rough. They hit it to average proximity to the hole, 22 foot. From the rough, 50 yards away. If I don't get it stoned down, I'm disappointed. From 5 foot out of the rough. Average proximity to the hole, 3 foot 8. Well, that's not tapping distance, is it? 5 yards from the hole, it's not tapping. Incredible stats. So this is where the stats, the data, and there's so much data now, you can use them to your advantage because it actually makes you realise that the best players in the world, and they are absolutely phenomenally amazing players, are human and they make mistakes just like we do. And they're not actually as good as what we think they are. We see the top 10 players on TV on a Sunday, they're clearly the ones that are playing well. But like I said, there's another 140 players behind them who aren't playing as well, who are a bit more human, even though they're still shooting in the high 60s. Does that make sense? So that's really helped my game. It's lowered my expectations, which has made me relax a lot more on the golf course. I'm no longer that perfectionist that, oh my word, I've hit an 8 iron to 10 foot or to 20 foot. I'm disappointed with it. That's rubbish, that's terrible. Best players in the world hit closer than that. They don't. They don't do any of that. So, manage your expectations. Golf is hard, even for the best players in the world. Look at Rory at the weekend. 65 first round, 76 third round, 76 fourth round. Yes, the condition on the golf course changed. It turned most un-Rory-like, but he's still golf is hard. Even for the most talented golfer of this current generation, golf is hard. So, manage your expectations and you'll play much better golf, okay? If you want to know more about stats, come and speak to me. I've got charts here that I can print off for you so you can actually go through those stats and just see how actually not good the best players in the world are, if that makes sense. Right, okay. Thanks very much for watching. That's it for this week, and I'll look forward to seeing you over the next few days. Take care. Bye-bye.